So here's the thing. I've mentioned my Patreon before, but it just occurred to me that the way I've used it has changed a lot since I opened it, and I never fully explained it in the first place, so that's what I'm going to do really quick. In case you don't know, hi, hello, I'm Steve, probably better known as Chimera Films. I make videos about movies and superheroes and shit like that. And making videos like that and attempting to do it as a job is kinda expensive. They always say you have to spend money to make money, right? Well, so far it's been a lot of spending and not a lot of making, because my current status of being at 600-ish subscribers isn't anywhere near where I need to be for YouTube monetization, and even then achieving that goal will really only earn me chump change. So, I am humbly asking you that if you like what I do, please consider joining my Patreon. All my current patrons are friends and family at this point, so I'd like to direct this more towards my wider audience. I'll do that by explaining my Patreon tiers. At this present moment and for the foreseeable future, I have 4 Patreon tiers, appropriately Chimera themed. Goat heads, snake heads, lion heads, and the whole damn Chimera. The goat head tier is the $3 a month super basic tier. With this, you gain these 4 perks. Early access to my videos, access to all my scripts, your name in the credits, and exclusive review access. The name in the credits is pretty self-explanatory, so let's talk about the other 3. Whenever I finish a video, as soon as it's uploaded to YouTube, it'll go on my Patreon. It'll stay there exclusively, basically until the night before that video goes public on YouTube, which is every other Saturday. I'll also be giving my patrons access to my scripts once they're done. Sometimes I change things and improvise a little, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be interesting. And review access is a pretty recent addition. Like, okay, I see a lot of movies in the theaters throughout the year, and over time, with the way my style of making videos has evolved and how much more effort I'm putting into them, it's no longer viable to keep making videos about new movies as they release. It burns me out, and I don't really like the idea of going to the movies and thinking, okay, how am I going to turn this into a video? So my compromise is that whenever I see a new movie in theaters, I'll sit down and write a couple hundred words of general, spoiler-free thoughts on that movie as more like a traditional written review. And you'll be able to read those thoughts exclusively on Patreon. Next is the Snakeheads. Snakehead patrons get all the previously mentioned benefits in addition to access to exclusive videos. This is another thing that I'm going to be introducing this year. My thought process is that when I make a really long video, I'm not always going to be able to fit all my thoughts into that video. Now, my rule with this is that if a video runs longer than half an hour, it will have a 10-ish minute companion video exclusively on Patreon. I'll use some examples of upcoming videos so you understand what I mean. I'm currently in a very long scripting process for a video pitching a sequel to Marvel's Avengers. That video will cover the ideas I have for 3 years worth of content for a second game. On that same day, my $5 patrons will have access to a second video pitching years 4 and 5. Another example is the Fancast. You guys know I love doing my Fancast videos. Well, now the patrons will have access to a companion video where I explain my ideal version of whatever I'm fancasting. I'll make one up as an example. Like, say that I'm fancasting a God of War movie or show. The companion video would then be the broad strokes explanation of how I'd like to see that property handled in live action. Not a beat-by-beat pitch, but stuff like tone, other similar media it could draw from, creatives I'd like to see involved, etc. The Lionheads obviously receive all of these benefits plus the verbal acknowledgement in the credits of every video. Because seriously, $10 a month is a big commitment and I appreciate the hell out of it, so I want to give you that verbal credit. And lastly, the whole damn Chimera. A tier I added as a joke, but I know there's someone out there who's crazy or generous enough to do it. The whole damn Chimera is $100 a month, and not only nets you the previous benefits, it'll net you a specified shoutout in the credits, and the ability to request a video. Now, this isn't just you getting the ability to demand of me a video about a specific topic or what I would say about that topic. This would be you and I sitting down and discussing that topic, and me coming to my own conclusion about how to cover that topic in a video. And that topic has to be something that interests me in some capacity. Like, I'd never make a video about, like, Kingdom Hearts, because that's just not something that's in my wheelhouse. And I think that if you're paying me $100 to talk about something, it'd be because you want to hear my opinion on it, not yours. So that's more or less how that would work. That would get put into my schedule in favor of a video that I'm not necessarily married to, but I guarantee you that it would come out within, say, 6 months of me receiving said payment from you. And if you're wondering, what does this funding go towards? Well, paying my bills is a good start, especially since I start university soon. But also paying for services that I use for these videos, maybe buying equipment to start filming segments for these someday soon, and obviously paying to go see the movies I talk about on this channel and on the Patreon. But regardless, whatever amount you're willing to donate helps. So, with that said, thanks to my buddies Omar, Christian, and Devrick for donating to the $10 tier on the Patreon, and I hope to be saying your name next or adding you to the credits very soon.